The spark of vision. In a quiet town in Michigan, a future titan was quietly being shaped. Born to two brilliant minds, his mother, a pioneer in computer programming, and his father, a renowned pioneer in the world of computer science, Larry Page grew up surrounded by the language of logic, systems, and endless possibilities. Even as a child, it seemed inevitable that he would immerse himself in the world of technology. But unlike many children who grow up immersed in family influences, Larry had a unique spark, a desire to push boundaries, to question the way things worked, and to reshape the world around him. Larry's fascination with computers was not born out of mere curiosity. It was as if he was hardwired to understand how things functioned, how systems operated, and how technology could transform lives. Even at the young age of 12, while most kids were interested in traditional hobbies or games, Larry found himself captivated by the potential of a computer, a device that could do anything, yet he believed it could do even more. Larry would spend hours reading science magazines, absorbed in the works of pioneers like Nikola Tesla, who had once believed in the power of ideas that defied the conventional. This early obsession with technology led him to dream big, far bigger than what most people would ever dare to imagine. As the years passed, Larry's obsession only deepened. At the age of 18, he made a bold decision to attend Stanford University. While most students arrive at college seeking a well-defined path, Larry Page arrived with a burning curiosity, unafraid of charting his own journey. He chose to study computer engineering, a field that seemed to promise endless possibilities, and yet Larry had a sense that he was destined to contribute something unique to the world of technology. It was at Stanford that Larry met Sergey Brin, a fellow student whose rebellious and visionary ideas about technology mirrored Larry's own. Together, they formed a partnership that would change the world forever. They didn't just see computers for what they were, they saw what they could become. Together, they started to explore the idea of building a search engine, one that could radically change the way information was accessed on the internet. At this point, the internet was still a fragmented space, a digital Wild West that lacked organization and a true way to make sense of the vast, ever-growing amount of data. But Larry and Sergey weren't content with just any solution. They wanted to build a search engine that could understand the world better, a system that could bring order to chaos, that could make information not just searchable but usable. In essence, they wanted to build something that could change the very fabric of human knowledge, something that would empower people to access the world's information with just a click. As they worked in their dorm rooms, refining their search engine algorithm, it wasn't just an idea. It was a belief in the power of technology to impact lives. They weren't driven by the conventional markers of success. They weren't looking for fame or fortune. Instead, they were driven by the sheer belief that what they were building had the potential to change the course of history. They wanted to create a product that could truly make a difference in the world, and their work ethic reflected that. Long hours, late nights, and a relentless pursuit of perfection became their daily rhythm. Yet the journey was anything but easy. They encountered skepticism from peers, lack of resources, and endless challenges. Many doubted that their vision was practical. People questioned whether a search engine could ever truly change the world, or whether it was just another fleeting idea that would never catch on. But Larry and Sergey didn't let this negativity sway them. They knew that real innovation rarely came from following the crowd. True pioneers had to be prepared to fail, to face rejection, and to push past the doubters. This is where the essence of Larry Page's story becomes clear. It's not about how many times you fail. It's about how many times you choose to rise again. Every obstacle they faced became an opportunity to learn, to refine, and to push their vision further. They didn't quit when things got tough, because quitting was never an option. Instead, they continued working on their idea with a singular focus, determined to make it a reality. Turning dreams into reality. The next chapter of Larry's journey began in a very unassuming place, a small garage. It might be hard to imagine that the massive empire known as Google began in a space as humble as a garage. But this is where the magic truly happened. Larry and Sergey, in their commitment to turning their vision into reality, moved their work from the confines of their dorm room into a physical office space. That office was a small, cluttered garage, a far cry from the polished offices of today's tech giants, but it was enough for the dream to take shape. They knew the road ahead would be long and challenging. Despite their groundbreaking algorithm, they still needed to secure funding. As college students with limited resources, they found themselves pitching their idea to professors and investors, trying to convince them that their dream was worth investing in. But there were no guarantees. The duo faced rejection, skepticism, and doubt from many corners. But they remained persistent, knowing that if they could just get the right support, they could make their vision a reality. They secured their first funding from a professor who believed in them, and this initial boost allowed them to expand their project. Yet, even with this new momentum, the obstacles didn't cease. They had to continually refine their search engine, making sure it worked efficiently and could scale with the growth of the internet. They needed to make sure it wasn't just a functional product. It had to be a product that people would love, a product that would become indispensable in their daily lives. Through their unwavering determination, they finally succeeded. Their search engine worked like nothing else on the market. It was fast, intuitive, and provided the most relevant search results. People started to notice. As word spread, more and more users flocked to Google, and with them came the recognition that they had truly built something revolutionary. Google wasn't just another search engine. It was the search engine, the one that transformed how we interact with the web. Larry and Sergey had managed to build something that was not only practical but profound. As the world started to embrace Google, Larry's mission shifted. He wasn't just building a search engine. He was building a company, a legacy, and an empire. Google's growth was exponential, and it quickly became the most popular search engine on the planet. The company's success wasn't just measured by users or traffic. It was measured by the difference it made in people's lives. Google became the gateway to the information age, a platform that made knowledge more accessible than ever before. From garage to Googleplex. But Google's story didn't stop at search. Larry Page and Sergey Brin had set out to build a company that would change the world, and they did just that. As Google grew, so did its ambitions. The search engine was just the beginning. Over the years, Google expanded into areas like email, cloud computing, mobile technology, and even artificial intelligence. Their goal was always the same: to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. By the time Google became a publicly traded company in 2004, it was clear that Larry and Sergey weren't just building a business. They were building a movement. Google's mission wasn't just about profits. It was about making the world a better place. And with Larry's leadership, that mission continued to evolve. Today, Google stands as one of the most valuable companies in the world, with an estimated worth of over $1 trillion. What started as a dream in a college dorm room has now become a global empire, touching nearly every aspect of modern life. But beyond the financial success, Larry Page's story is a testament to the power of perseverance, vision, and the unwavering belief that one person, or in this case, two people, can truly change the world. Larry's journey shows us that success is not about the resources you have. It's about the vision you hold and the resilience you show in pursuing it. It teaches us that dreams, no matter how big, can be realized with hard work, determination, and an unrelenting commitment to the vision. So, Larry Page's story isn't just about building a search engine. It's about following your passion, believing in the impossible, and never giving up. It's about turning dreams into reality, one line of code at a time. And most importantly, it's about leaving a legacy that will inspire generations to come. Turning dreams into reality. The journey from a shared dream in a cramped dorm room to the birth of a transformative empire was not an easy one for Larry Page and Sergey Brin. Yet, despite the obstacles, there was a quiet but unwavering belief that their idea could change the world. What began as an academic project, an attempt to build a more efficient search engine, was quickly evolving into something much larger than they could have ever imagined. For Larry, the idea of creating a search engine was not just about technology. It was about solving a real problem. The internet was an untamed wilderness, a place where information existed in abundance, but was often difficult to find or navigate. Even in the early days of the internet, the desire for better organization was already clear, but no one had yet figured out how to make sense of it all. Larry and Sergey saw this gap and knew that their project, which they had been working on at Stanford, had the potential to fill it. The dream was simple: create a tool that could help people make sense of the chaotic, overwhelming flow of information and bring order to the digital world. However, as with all great ventures, turning their idea into reality required more than just good intentions. It required resources they didn't yet have. The duo, as brilliant as they were, still had to contend with the practicalities of starting a business from the ground up. As they tinkered with their algorithm in their dorm room, they faced a series of practical hurdles: funding, technology, and most importantly, convincing others that their vision had the potential to be something monumental. Despite their groundbreaking work on PageRank, the algorithm that would form the backbone of Google's search engine, Larry and Sergey were still faced with the skepticism of those around them. As with any visionary idea, the road to recognition was filled with doubt. They encountered disbelief from potential investors who questioned whether their search engine was more than just a clever idea. Could it really scale? Would people actually use it? After all, Google was just another search engine, right? Larry and Sergey could have easily given in to the pressures of conventional wisdom and the criticisms of others. But their resilience is what set them apart. They refused to let doubt cloud their vision. Instead, they doubled down on their belief that their idea could not only work, but that it could also revolutionize the way the world interacted with information. This conviction led them to make one of the most pivotal decisions in the history of Google. They decided to take a leap of faith and move their operation out of the dorm room and into the unlikeliest of offices, a garage. In Silicon Valley, it's well known that many tech giants began their journeys in humble garages, but Google's story holds particular significance. It wasn't just a garage. It was the birthplace of a new way of thinking about the internet and the future of technology. The garage was not just a physical space. It was a symbol of what they believed, that great ideas could start anywhere, in the most modest of places. The move to the garage didn't mean that things got easier, though. If anything, it was a reminder of just how far Larry and Sergey had to go. In those early days, the pair, along with a small team of engineers, were still refining their algorithm, optimizing their infrastructure, and tweaking their product. But despite the technical challenges they faced, their passion and determination never wavered. They were driven by a shared belief that they were building something that the world desperately needed, even if it wasn't yet clear to anyone else. At this point, Google was still in its infancy. They didn't have the brand recognition, the resources, or even the infrastructure to support the massive scale they envisioned. What they did have, however, was a revolutionary product that had the potential to change everything. They knew that if they could just get people to try it, they would see the difference. The challenge wasn't in making a search engine. It was in getting people to believe in it. That's when the breakthrough happened. They were able to secure the crucial funding they needed. A professor at Stanford, Hector Garcia Molina, believed in their vision and took the risk of funding their work. This wasn't just a small sum. It was the investment that would help launch Google into its next phase of development. It was an investment in their dream. With this funding, Larry and Sergey were able to scale their infrastructure, hire more engineers, and continue refining their product. But still, Google faced immense challenges. Even with the financial support, the internet was still a fragmented space. Search engines existed, but they weren't particularly user-friendly or effective. Larry and Sergey's search engine, powered by PageRank, was about to change all that. It wasn't just about providing search results. It was about providing the best results, those that were truly relevant to the user. As the internet continued to grow, Google became the platform that people turned to when they needed to find something. It was faster, more intuitive, and more accurate than anything else that had come before it. But success didn't come overnight. In fact, Google faced the same doubts and skepticism it had faced from the very beginning. But this time, the doubters were more intrigued. They were starting to see the impact that Google was having. Slowly but surely, Google began to gain traction, and with that, Larry and Sergey's dreams started to look more and more like reality. Still, the duo didn't rest on their laurels. They continued pushing, continuing to innovate and refine. Their belief in their vision was unwavering, and that belief fueled the company's success. They were constantly focused on building a product that was better, faster, and more reliable. At times, it seemed like the challenges would never end, but for every setback, they found new solutions. Every failure was an opportunity to learn and grow, to improve the product and their approach. As Google grew, so did Larry and Sergey's ambition. What started as a search engine soon became something much more. The pair understood that to truly change the world, they couldn't just stop at search. They had to continue pushing the boundaries of what technology could do. So, Google expanded into email, into cloud computing, into mobile, and into artificial intelligence. Each step was carefully thought out, and each product was designed with the same core principles: to make the world's information accessible, useful, and impactful. Google's transformation was nothing short of remarkable. It started in a small garage, and in just a few short years, it became the dominant force in the tech world. What Larry and Sergey built was more than just a company. It was a movement. They had proven that with enough vision, resilience, and innovation, anything was possible. But even with all the success, Larry Page never lost sight of the values that had brought him to this point. The journey wasn't just about building a billion-dollar company. It was about making a difference in the world. And with every new product and every new venture, he continued to live out the belief that technology's true potential lies in its ability to improve people's lives. Today, Google stands as one of the most valuable companies in the world, valued at over $1 trillion. But its true value lies in how it has changed the way we live, work, and connect with one another. The story of Larry Page is not just the story of a man who built a tech giant. It's the story of someone who believed in something greater than himself and worked tirelessly to make that belief a reality. It's a story of perseverance, of refusing to give up in the face of adversity, and of the power of visionary thinking. In the end, the message is clear. Dreams, no matter how big or small, can become reality if you believe in them, work hard enough for them, and are willing to take risks to make them come true. It's about more than just success. It's about leaving a lasting legacy, one that continues to inspire generations to come. From garage to Googleplex, it's easy to look at Google today, the multi-trillion-dollar tech giant, the backbone of modern life, an empire that spans every corner of the internet, and forget where it all began. But the reality of Google's rise is a story rooted in the most humble beginnings, where Larry Page and Sergey Brin made their first attempts at something that was not only bold, but radically different from anything that had come before. What started in a Stanford dorm room, grew in a garage, and eventually blossomed into one of the most influential companies in the world is a testament to the power of persistence, creativity, and belief in a bigger vision. Larry and Sergey knew they weren't just building another company. They were building a foundation for something that could fundamentally change the way the world accessed information. And they understood that they needed more than just a good idea to make it happen. They needed a bold strategy, a willingness to innovate continuously, and a commitment to growth that was as ambitious as the dream itself. In those early years, when Google was still in its infancy, the company's future was far from certain. They weren't in the business of just creating a better search engine. They were in the business of rethinking how the internet worked entirely. While the idea of a search engine was far from new, Larry and Sergey's vision for what search could become was radical. It was about not just finding information, but making that information meaningful and accessible in a way that the world had never seen before. Google didn't just want to help people search for answers. They wanted to build an ecosystem where information could be freely accessed, shared, and used to empower people in their daily lives. Their ambition wasn't limited to search. They saw the internet as a growing, living entity, and they believed that Google could be the beating heart of that entity, capable of driving progress in countless ways. So, from the very beginning, Larry and Sergey made a commitment to continuously innovate. The search engine was just their entry point. They weren't content to stop there. With the funding they secured, Google's early years were marked by rapid growth. As they scaled their infrastructure, they started to build out other services that would serve as the pillars of the company's expansion. Email was launched in 2004, forever changing the way people thought about email. The service was faster, more efficient, and offered more storage than its competitors, making it an instant hit. Google Maps soon followed, providing people with directions and a new way of experiencing the world. And as the mobile revolution began to pick up steam, Google entered the world of smartphones, acquiring Android and turning it into the world's most widely used mobile operating system. These innovations, though incredibly impactful, were only the beginning. Larry and Sergey were never satisfied with simply meeting expectations. They were driven by an unrelenting desire to push the boundaries of what was possible. And as Google expanded, they also set their sights on building a company culture that reflected their values of openness, innovation, and bold thinking. As Google grew, the company's headquarters, often referred to as the Googleplex, became a physical manifestation of the company's spirit. The Googleplex, located in Mountain View, California, was designed not just as an office space, but as a vibrant, creative ecosystem where employees could collaborate, innovate, and push the envelope of what technology could do. With colorful buildings, open spaces, and unique features like on-site cafeterias and recreational areas, the Googleplex became a symbol of the company's commitment to its employees and its culture of innovation. But even as the company scaled and the world began to take notice, the challenges kept coming. The internet was rapidly evolving, and Google faced fierce competition from other tech giants. The world was shifting, and so was the role of technology in society. It was no longer just about search engines or email. It was about shaping the future of human interaction, artificial intelligence, and even how people would live and work in the coming decades. Larry and Sergey were aware of the shifting landscape, and they made strategic decisions that would allow Google to remain at the forefront of innovation. In 2006, they acquired YouTube, forever altering the way people consumed media. By 2015, Google restructured itself to form Alphabet, a parent company that would oversee its diverse ventures in everything from self-driving cars to life sciences. This move signaled that Google was no longer just a tech company. It was a multifaceted conglomerate, one with the vision and resources to shape the future in ways that were previously unimaginable. Yet, despite their success, Larry and Sergey never lost sight of the core values that had driven them from the very beginning. They remained committed to the idea that technology should serve humanity, that the products they built should improve the lives of people around the world. Google's mission to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful was not just a slogan. It was a guiding principle that shaped every decision they made. Through all the challenges, setbacks, and triumphs, Larry Page and Sergey Brin's unwavering belief in their vision became the foundation for everything that Google would achieve. They never lost sight of the fact that they were building something larger than themselves, a company that would not only change the way people accessed information, but would also create a lasting impact on the world. The rise of Google also teaches us a critical lesson in resilience and adaptability. In the early days, when the odds were stacked against them, they could have easily given up. They could have listened to the critics who said it was impossible, or taken the conventional route that most startups follow. But they didn't. They chose to take the road less traveled, one that was paved with challenges, uncertainty, and risk. And it paid off, not just in the form of financial success, but in the creation of a product that has forever changed the way we live, work, and connect with one another. Today, Google is more than just a search engine. It is the digital backbone of the modern world. It powers the internet, drives businesses, and connects people in ways that were once thought to be impossible. The Google Plex, once a humble idea, is now a symbol of a company that has redefined the landscape of technology, pushing the boundaries of what's possible and continually setting the bar higher. Larry and Sergey's story is one of transformation, a tale of two young innovators who dared to dream big and, against all odds, turned that dream into a reality that has touched billions of lives. But it's also a story of vision, of seeing a world that could be better, more connected, and more informed. Google's rise was not just about building a business. It was about shaping the future. And as we look to the future, it's clear that Larry Page and Sergey Brin's legacy will continue to inspire generations of innovators and dreamers. They showed the world that no dream is too big, no idea too audacious, and no challenge too great to overcome. It is a reminder that sometimes the most revolutionary ideas come from the most unlikely places, the humble garage, the quiet dorm room, and the hearts of those who dare to believe in something bigger than themselves. For Larry Page, the journey didn't end with the success of Google. It was just the beginning of an even larger story, one that is still unfolding today. Through his innovations, leadership, and vision, he has proven that no matter where you start, with the right mindset and determination, you can build something that lasts, something that will shape the world for years to come. And so, as the Google Plex stands as a beacon of technological progress, we are reminded that the most remarkable stories are not just those of success, but those of people who refuse to give up on their dreams and use their failures, their challenges, and their triumphs to create something that will leave an indelible mark on the world. Larry Page's journey is far from over, and the world is still waiting to see what's next. The legacy of a visionary. The story of Larry Page and Google is not just one of building a company, but of creating a legacy that extends far beyond the walls of Googleplex and reverberates throughout the technological landscape. When we look at the magnitude of what has been achieved, it's easy to get lost in the numbers. $1 trillion market cap, billions of users, and a global presence that touches nearly every aspect of our digital lives. But the true power of Larry Page's journey lies not just in the empire he built, but in the way his vision transformed the very fabric of our world. Google was not just a tool, it was an idea, a bold reimagining of the role technology could play in society. And the ideas Larry Page fostered within the walls of Google were groundbreaking, not just for their time, but for the future of humanity. From search engines that could understand the complexities of human queries to the exploration of artificial intelligence that could one day think and learn on its own, Larry and Sergey set out to do more than revolutionize a single industry. They aimed to change the way we interacted with the world, to empower people, and to harness the potential of the internet in ways no one had thought possible. But as with any story of remarkable success, it is not simply the results that matter. The story of Larry Page is a tale of perseverance and resilience in the face of uncertainty, of the constant pursuit of a dream even when the path forward was unclear. Google did not become a giant because it was easy. It became a giant because Larry Page and Sergey Brin had a vision that they refused to let go of, no matter how difficult or unlikely it seemed. In the early days, when they were sitting in a cramped garage with little more than their laptops and a shared belief in their project, the odds of success were slim. Silicon Valley was full of ambitious startups, each trying to carve out a piece of the digital future. Many of these companies failed before they ever had a chance to grow, and the competition for attention, funding, and talent was fierce. But Larry Page's leadership, combined with his unwavering belief in the power of technology to improve lives, set him and Sergey apart from the rest. One of the most remarkable aspects of Google's rise is its ability to remain steadfast in its core principles while constantly evolving. As Google began to dominate the search engine market, Larry's mind was already turning toward what came next. He knew that success in the digital age meant more than just building one great product. It meant creating a platform that could grow and adapt to a rapidly changing world. Under his leadership, Google expanded its reach into areas beyond search: email, cloud computing, maps, artificial intelligence, and even self-driving cars. With every new venture, Larry demonstrated an uncanny ability to identify emerging technologies that had the potential to reshape the world. He saw opportunities in areas where others saw risks, and instead of taking a conservative approach, he embraced bold moves that would eventually pay off in unimaginable ways. The acquisition of YouTube in 2006, for example, is often cited as one of the smartest business decisions in tech history. At the time, online video was still in its infancy, and YouTube was a fledgling company struggling to find its footing. But Larry Page saw the potential for YouTube to become the dominant platform for online video content, and he recognized that video would be a major driver of the internet's future. His decision to bring YouTube under the Google umbrella would prove to be a game changer, both for Google and for the internet as a whole. Today, YouTube is not only the go-to destination for video content, it is one of the most visited websites in the world, a key part of the fabric of the digital age. Similarly, when Larry and Sergey acquired Android in 2005, the mobile operating system market was dominated by a handful of players, most notably Apple's iOS and Microsoft's Windows Mobile. But Larry saw the future of computing and mobile devices, and he understood that to truly disrupt the market, they needed to make a bold move. Android, an open-source operating system, was a risk at the time, but it offered the potential to democratize the mobile experience and challenge the dominance of the existing players. Today, Android powers billions of devices worldwide, and the mobile ecosystem has become the dominant force in global computing. But it wasn't just about the big acquisitions or the impressive products that Larry Page championed. What truly set him apart as a visionary was his ability to cultivate a culture of innovation at Google. He recognized early on that to build something truly world-changing, he needed to create an environment where ideas could flourish, where people could think beyond the confines of their job titles and contribute to something bigger than themselves. Google's open, collaborative culture became a hallmark of the company, attracting some of the brightest minds in technology and fueling the relentless drive for innovation. At the heart of Larry's leadership was his unyielding belief in the power of technology to transform lives. He didn't just want to create products that were cool or profitable. He wanted to create products that mattered. Google's mission, to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful, was more than just a slogan. It was a commitment to improving the human experience. Whether it was through the creation of Google Search, Google Maps, or Google Translate, Larry's goal was to make the world a better place by empowering people with the information they needed to make informed decisions, solve problems, and unlock their full potential. And while Google's impact on the world is undeniable, Larry's own personal journey offers an equally important lesson. His success wasn't just a product of his intelligence or his business acumen. It was the result of his relentless pursuit of a dream, his willingness to take risks, and his ability to embrace failure as a stepping stone to success. Google was built on the idea that it was okay to fail as long as you kept moving forward, kept iterating, and kept striving for something greater. This mindset of growth and resilience is what allowed Larry and Sergey to transform a small project into the world-changing company that Google became. Larry Page's legacy is also defined by his ability to see the bigger picture. As he stepped back from his day-to-day role at Google, he shifted his focus to areas that were once considered far beyond the reach of technology companies. Areas like artificial intelligence, renewable energy, and healthcare. Through Alphabet, the parent company that Google became a part of in 2015, Larry continued to pursue projects that have the potential to change the world. from autonomous vehicles to the development of cutting-edge healthcare technologies. These projects might seem ambitious or even outlandish, but Larry has always been driven by the belief that technology can, and should, push the boundaries of what is possible. One of the most powerful elements of Larry's journey is that it has inspired a new generation of entrepreneurs, thinkers, and innovators to believe in the power of technology to make a difference. His story proves that with enough vision, passion, and determination, anyone can create something that matters. It's not just about making money or becoming famous. It's about doing something that has a lasting impact on the world, something that will continue to inspire and shape the future long after you're gone. Larry Page's influence extends far beyond Google. It is embedded in the very fabric of the modern digital world, and it continues to resonate through the countless industries, products, and innovations that have been shaped by his vision. The tools and platforms that we use today, from search engines to social media to the very devices in our pockets, are all a testament to his work. And while the Googleplex may stand as the physical monument to his success, the true legacy of Larry Page is found in the way he has changed the world, and in the way he continues to inspire others to dream big, take risks, and build something extraordinary. As the world looks to the future, one thing is certain: the story of Larry Page is far from over. His legacy is alive in the technologies of tomorrow, and in the hearts of those who dare to dream as he did. The possibilities for what lies ahead are limitless, and if history has shown us anything, it's that Larry Page is just getting started. A story of limitless possibility. The story of Larry Page is one that continues to inspire because it embodies the essence of perseverance, vision, and the belief that no dream is too big to pursue. From humble beginnings in a garage to leading a trillion-dollar company that reshaped the world, Larry's journey is a testament to the power of unwavering commitment to a bold idea. But it's not just the achievements that make this story so compelling. It's the lessons that are embedded within every step of his journey. At its core, Larry's story teaches us that success isn't about following a predefined path. It's about carving out your own. In the face of doubt, competition, and uncertainty, Larry and Sergey never stopped believing in the potential of their idea. They weren't trying to build a company for the sake of profits or accolades. They were building a product that could change the way the world worked. They had a vision, and they were willing to risk everything to make it a reality. In doing so, they showed us that the most powerful force in the world is belief. Belief in yourself, in your ideas, and in the possibility of something greater than what exists in the present. Larry's commitment to constantly innovate and evolve also teaches us another powerful lesson. Success requires relentless improvement. In the early days, Google was simply a search engine, but Larry never rested on his laurels. As the world changed, so did Google. Larry and Sergey expanded into new markets, tried new things, and embraced new ideas, all while staying true to their core mission. This commitment to growth, experimentation, and learning allowed Google to remain relevant in an ever-changing world. But perhaps the most important lesson Larry's story imparts is this: failure is not the end. It's part of the process. Larry and Sergey faced rejection, doubt, and countless challenges, but they never gave up. They understood that setbacks were opportunities to learn, adjust, and come back stronger. Their resilience in the face of adversity is what ultimately propelled them forward, and it is a lesson we can all take to heart. The road to success is rarely straight, but with determination, vision, and the willingness to embrace the journey, anything is possible. As Larry steps into the next phase of his life, continuing to explore new frontiers like artificial intelligence and healthcare, his legacy is not just about the companies he built or the wealth he accumulated. It's about the lives he touched, the minds he inspired, and the world he helped shape. The impact of Google is undeniable, but Larry Page's true contribution to humanity is his reminder that we all have the power to change the world, if we dare to dream big and push forward against all odds. In the end, Larry's story isn't just about technology or business. It's about the pursuit of a greater purpose. It's about realizing that the world is full of endless possibilities, and that with a vision, a team, and the courage to take risks, anyone can make a lasting difference. The world needs dreamers, builders, and innovators. And Larry Page is proof that, with enough passion and determination, we all have the potential to make the impossible possible. So, as you reflect on Larry's journey, remember, the only limits that exist are the ones you place on yourself. What is your dream? And how far are you willing to go to make it a reality? The path may be uncertain, but as Larry Page's story shows us, the potential is boundless. The future belongs to those who are willing to push the boundaries of what is possible. And in that pursuit, we all have the power to create our own legacy. This concludes the story. Thank you for watching until the end. I hope you found it enjoyable. If you did, please consider liking the video and sharing it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and activate the notification bell for more captivating stories. Have a great day.